And hello again, folks. It's not Kamikaze here to bring you more Danganronpa V3. Whoop.
I want us all to get along.
Bullshit, you robot. Rare.
Monodum's right!
Monosuke, you better thank Monodum. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Man, the trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up? But I guess now we know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
So Culprit really used ropeway to move body?
Yeah, they used the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
Ropeway murder? That's some crazy-ass shit! But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
Nah, it's rope.
Not necessarily. All one must do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway. Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side.
Because then they throw the other part into the gym, and then Ryoma's research lab. I don't know why they call him research lab.
Tossing the rope into the gym from the pool window would be the final step.
I see!
I would have put the
rope was
freaking
thrown
tennis
from the
window back
window.
up.
That's why we found it there!
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
Which is why the crime was committed during nighttime, while we all slumbered.
But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they used to commit the crime, why did they leave the inner tube in the pool?
No idea.
I believe that was an accident.
Oh, because they can't go into the pool and get it back.
An accident?
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally dropped it.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
The rules. The reason the culprit left it in the pool is obvious.
That's it! Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
I see. They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope.
Way too far down.
The steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
Not everyone is as lazy as you.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them.
Ha! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it?
You! I don't know.
Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur.
No, actually. Save for that one mistake, this was the perfect crime.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us. Well, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Shut up. Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough.
That's right, because I lied to keep this going, essentially.
Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
No, respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial in solving this case. We're so close. We're just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event. But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
You have no fucking clue. Either that or you did it. One of the two options.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yeah, I have a good idea who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
Yeah!
Believe in my detective skills?
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have had to have been prepared in the gym well beforehand. Knowing that narrows down the list of suspects. It was me! She was there. She was there. And she was there. I think that was all the people that was there. It's been too long since I played. Just blame him. You know I have to, just for the sake of blaming him. It's you! It wasn't Kaijo, but I remember someone mentioning they went into the gym. Oh, I was hoping you'd get mad at me. Everyone started to say to me, I screwed up, I think I'm a fraud! Alright. Gym. Said they went into the gym. I'm missing something here. Yeah, there's only 3 people that were dealing with the gym at all. Nah. Remembering everyone's alibis. I don't remember everyone's alibis. That's the fucking problem. There's only 3 people. Well, at least it's not her.
Damn it!
I wanted her to stay alive for a while. She was the only other person with a gym that I remember.
It has to be you.
It was. Damn it, I didn't want it to be her. I was choosing her last for that
One more thing
reason.
I still have to confirm. But Hirumi is the prime suspect.
No! She was supposed to stay longer.
Me?
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
Truly lost because I didn't want. It couldn't have been the little shit.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision?
Yes. Don't have much of a choice.
I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
She seems like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist at this point. I mean, I freaking started to work with her so that way I could get whatever skills she gives or whatever.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do
not have one.
Wait, why did I just shoot? Oh, because I took the hint from my headset that it was dying as a time to shoot. Right.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
Most of us
Trick
do have an
relied on
alibi.
complex
That's
mechanisms
stupid
to work.
meet and greet.
But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
To force Kirumi to implicate herself, my logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere. I just have to stay calm and find it. Well, I think I know where it is.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi.
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most
of us do not have one.
What do you mean? We all had, a lot of us had the meet and greet.
Oh
no! Oh. Da, 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 da. At least it doesn't end the game where I have to start over every time.
Is this really?
Of course I want to retry.
Can't let it end here.
I'll send you to the Shadow Realm.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe
most of us do not
have one.
Nope, that's not it either. I feel like it's a thing there, and now I'm just at like a guess and check shit.
Oh no!
I made a mistake. Oh, the pain!
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one. I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Nope. She has evidence? What is the evidence?
Oh no!
Ah. If I could look over these things.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
Well,
an alibi for nighttime?
There's only...
I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit. Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms.
Oh, why didn't I watch it all?
But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous.
I did.
That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
To force Kirumi to implicate herself, my logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere. I have to find it. Okay, I've got to change the battery. It's died. I didn't even realize it was low. I like this headset just for that reason. You see, I'm always well prepared for it. No, I'm not. If I was organized, I'd probably be a good YouTuber. Alright. Now that's... I have fresh battery.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
Yeah. It's a lie!
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous.
That could have been done by
anyone.
Damn it!
I know I made a mistake. I can't figure this one
I,
out.
of course, am not the culprit.
Playing these things too far and in
The
between
crime
this
was
doesn't
committed
work.
at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
That's not true.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Nope, not that. The pain.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The
Can I,
crime was
like-
committed at nighttime.
Oh, I can. Ugh. Still don't know how to make this thing move up and down. Damn
And
it.
you have
Right stick to scroll down. What is considered the right stick? I have no idea what it wants as the right stick. Oh, there we go. I can do that. I can drag it. See, the night before, some stupid boo. Himiko and Angie were brought in 5 minutes after. But yeah, she's not there for that. Maki alone. Kurumi was in the gym until a little before 9 p.m. with Himiko and Angie. From 9 to 10 p.m. she was with Kokichi. She was in the gym alone for around 5 minutes. That would be more than enough time to, like, throw over a rope. Or tie a rope. Yeah, she could have tied a rope, dropped it down, and then left. It's gotta be that.
no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
That's not it? Oh, maybe she doesn't know. Ah.
Damn it!
I, of course, am not the culprit.
I know you're not the
crime was
culprit,
committed
but
at
you are the
nighttime.
culprit. You're not the
And
culprit,
have
but you
no
are the murderer.
alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body.
Can I choose
She
that
and
as an
Ryoma
option?
could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta. I, of course, am
Okay.
not the culprit.
Which one of these would be it? figure that out.
Brit. The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been
Done by anyone.
Whoop. No!
Kirumi is thin and has
Oh, well.
a nice body. She and Ryoma could have
Totally shared it.
an inner tube.
Damn it!
I have no idea what I'm doing. I've got like, what, 4 bullets?
I, of course, am not the culprit.
So I've done the alibi for...
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that
Okay, it's not
proves
that one,
you're
it's
the
not that one.
culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been
Done by anyone.
There it was.
That's wrong!
Could have only been done by her because of the 5 minutes.
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi. Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe
So I was right on the assumption, I just didn't know how to execute it.
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only like 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion.
Agree? Just say agree.
While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
She has never been this vicious, ever. I forgot how to do this.
If it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate. In other words, it is just a guess. And then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception. I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Don't push me back, please.
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Yes, there
Careful
is.
your words.
The freaking indents. I'm too busy trying to slash things than read. I am a moron.
I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
My god, I hate this child!
Is Kirumi quiet cause that's what happened?
Well, if someone requested her to do it, would it possibly be the person who requested her to do it?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit.
Oh.
But I cannot allow that. Because I must do this for everyone.
So maybe she just got rid of the body. Someone asked her to get rid of the body.
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
What? Where is this coming from? Her response seems genuine. So what did she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No. I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
No. People she has to take care of. Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, it felt like you weren't talking about us.
Yeah.
It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Really?
So she did do it for someone else?
Do you swear to a tour?
Yes, really. So please believe me, I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede.
I'm confused now.
She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to!
Kirumi!
What?
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else.
No, if she
Are
did it
we
for someone
sure
else, she would have said.
Kokichi isn't the culprit?
How rude.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well.
She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
I mean, I figured out how all this was done, but I never figured out who did it.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof. It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
Wait, you're here for everyone and now you're accusing other people?
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
No, because guarding the door.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Okay, they're really going way far out to try and unsuspect her.
Yeah, maybe we should think it over one more time.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I'll use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit?
Yes, time to fight to the death.
But there is no evidence to indicate that I am...
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit.
I
realized it when we determined that the ropeway was used to move the body. If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift ropeway, then the final clue falls into place.
The final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit?
Because I am the real murderer and I want to get out of here.
Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
I thought she was going to be around for a while.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone!
Didn't she say she hated being a maid as well? No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty. Meow.
This is it!
Ha, I was right.
The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle, because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
Because the pool times.
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it?
With her clothes. My question is why couldn't in the morning they go into the pool because there's a door to the pool specifically when morning arrives and clean that up?
If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed
that was where my
to
physics
adjust the
statement
speed.
was. It was like,
For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
And then burn their hands.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
Why not?
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Technically, you could adjust the friction by gripping both of the ropes. It wouldn't take that much power in order to do so, and you could slow your descent that way. With a couple 100 pounds, yeah, you could still cause enough friction to slow it down. I don't know if it'd be enough to... Yeah. Finding out how the black fabric fits into it, it's everything. Blah, 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 blah. I'll make it all clear now. Da, 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 da. Argument, armament.
You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse
that's why.
everyone. You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction.
I can't remember what button is what.
You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You
Okay,
are
got it.
incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. We only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. We only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it.
It's hard to remember the buttons.
It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. We only wish to protect everyone. What does that piece of trash prove?
Key, room, knees, gloves.
It ends here.
And now she's naked.
The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and
it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
And just because I'm an ass like that, I'm going to call this one here. So again, if you folks are really pissed off at me, hit those buttons that make me a happy camper. And I'll see you guys in the next one of Dragon Ball V3. Danganronpa V3. Ah, whatever. Doesn't matter.